Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Hearts and Crimes TV. I am your host, Lady Love. How y'all doing tonight? Let me see. Hello, Hearts and Crimes family. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are discussing the heartbreaking and still developing case of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells. Before we begin, I want to make something clear. This investigation remains open. Hello. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Hearts and Crimes family. How y'all doing tonight? Okay, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are discussing the heartbreaking and still developing case of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells. Before we begin, I want to make something clear. This investigation remains open, and the official cause and manner of Nolan's death have not been publicly determined yet. Nothing discussed tonight should be taken as proof that any individual committed a crime. Our purpose is to review what has been confirmed. We will examine the questions raised by Nolan's family and separate verified information from social media speculations. Excuse me. Tonight, we're talking about the heartbreaking and still developing case of Nolan, an 18-year-old that left home for what should have been a 4th of July celebration with friends on Horn Island, Mississippi. He never returned home. 2 days later, his body was found. His family is grieving, but they are also asking questions, serious questions, about the timeline. The people who were with him, his cell phone, and why Nolan was allegedly left behind on that island. Tonight, we're going to separate what has been officially confirmed from what is being claimed online. We're not here to falsely accuse anyone. We're here to discuss the facts, examine the inconsistencies, and ask why the family still does not have clear answers. Please keep Nolan's mother, father, family, and loved ones in your prayers, and keep the conversation respectful. Thank you. Okay, it's a lot to be covered. This story is ongoing. It's like so many updates. Oh, it's like, oh my God. But I have to start somewhere. So we're gonna start. Let's see. We're gonna get to know Nolan first. Let's see. Let me go back. So I'm gonna do my commentary and my reaction to the videos. Um, I don't know a whole lot of just. I done heard a little bit here and there. Some of the stuff uh, is clearly true, and some of the stuff that I'm hearing is I just don't understand it. For one, uh, so this happened on the 4th of July, and today is 18th, and they still don't. They still don't know what happened to Nolan, and that's over 2 weeks done passed. I hate to say that it's anything dealing with RACIST, ISM, but yeah. First of all, this is coming from Mississippi. If anybody know anything about Mississippi, I don't even have to say it. But forget about it being Mississippi. The thing about it is somebody could have went to a birthday party and something happened. And everybody at that birthday party would have been at the police station being questioned. Even the people next door, to any kids. I mean, I'm not understanding. But then again, I do. And this is very sad. This young man was only 18 years old. And yeah, I think he was just going to get ready to go back to camp, football camp. But let's get this started. And yeah, I'm going to do my reaction commentary, and love and blessings to the family. And I hope, some justice is done, because, yeah, the little things that I've heard, first of all, they left them. But I'm just going to try to play the video and do the commentary because it's a lot.
Every time. Ocean Springs High School, multi-sport athlete, the kind of teammate who called his team a brotherhood, not just a squad. He worked a summer job for a man in his hometown, renting out water slides and bounce houses. Showed up.
So not only did he play football, he had a job at 18. It's just sad. I know a lot of people can relate. If you have any children, girls or boys, you know what I'm saying? This is and nothing but love and respect for the mother and father. She's been doing a lot of interviews. She's a strong woman. But let's not this.
Wanting to make his own money. No attitude about it. Freshman wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. About to head back for training when all of this happened. His mother says she doesn't know when she's gonna smile again. Chilly. Neither do I.
Yeah, really. It's really like a brotherhood, not just in here, like school, community, classroom, like everything.
Yeah.
Just really having love for your teammates and just Ocean Springs in general.
Do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we?
Y'all live together pretty well?
Now, this seems to be 3 of Nolan's black friends. And I'm just pointing it out because I feel like if he would have went anywhere with these 3 guys, he would have made it home back safely. I don't know exactly what happened, but something definitely went wrong. Yeah, they already at the beginning saying no foul play, and that was stated, I'm gonna say allegedly, before they even did an investigation. And like I said, the investigation is the slowest investigation I ever seen in my lifetime.
But yeah.
It'd be everywhere.
Sure.
Us 3. Last spring, us 3, bro, we were together every day, wasn't it? Like when it was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler.
Oh, that was fall. That was like 2 years ago. But
fall,
every day, we just working out, go to the crib, play the workout, get eat, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game, just chilling.
Now, here's where I need you leaning all the way in, because this is the part that made me stop and go, wait, what? There's a young man, Tristan Shepard, who's gone on camera more than once, calling himself one of Nolan's closest friends. Best.
Okay, yeah, this Tristan Shepard. I done heard that name a lot. But this supposed to be one of the friends that was on the boat with Nolan.
Friend even. Nolan's own mother heard that and told a reporter, and I am not exaggerating this. We don't know him. Never met him. Never been to her house. Not once. Meanwhile,
Now, ain't there some... This young man is saying that he's one of Nolan's friends, and the mother, they're saying, stated that she's never met him. I think I have that on video too. That she knows nothing about this young man. Let me see. Oh, hi, Mama Lisa. Hey, let's see. Okay, Mama Lisa says, let me see. It's been a minute, Mama Lisa. Let me see what your message say. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, this is Mama Lisa. Hey, lady. Lisa, can you hear me? You came across my timeline. I haven't been on YouTube for quite some time, but I like these crime stories. Me too, Mama Lisa. I sit up and watch them all the time. I fall asleep to them. And I hate to say, I don't want to add anything on to what's already going on, because to me it seems like it's a bunch of confusion. But let's see. I haven't been over here quite some time. Okay. Welcome, Mama Lisa. But yeah, I done seen, yeah, they all went together but left him there. That doesn't make sense to me at all. And then on top of that, they not only left him there, they had his phone. One of the guys that allegedly that he was on the boat with had his phone. And it ain't like he gave the phone, wait a minute, his phone and his car keys. And it's not like he gave the keys and the phone over to Nolan's parents willingly. I have video on there too. But yeah, this is a bunch of mess. First of all, y'all left him. I mean, I just can't see going somewhere with someone, a group of us, and then leaving someone up behind. And then the stories are not matching. The guys are saying, they're not saying much from what I hear, but the stories are not matching. They said that Nolan stayed back to be with a female, and it's some clips where the female is saying that Nolan left to be with, no, the female is saying Nolan left with his friends, like in a hurry. Either way it goes, they don't have the same story. So I could clearly say somebody is not telling the truth. Them two different stories. The friend saying that he stayed back to be with a female, which he had just met. That's that's not making sense to me. And then nobody's seen anything. Nobody know what happened to Nolan. Out of all the hundreds of people that was out there, nobody know what happened to Nolan. Somebody knows something. Okay, Mount Lisa said, I believe you came across my timeline because of the crime story algorithm, because I watch a lot of crime stuff. Well, that's good, Mama Lisa, because I'm getting started again. I'm just getting started. So I'm be popping these crime stories out often. This is just one that touched my heart. Yeah, and it's a lot of questions to be raised. Like, who leaves their friend behind? First of all, and then without his phone. So how was he supposed to contact someone to get back home? So I know y'all weren't looking for him to call y'all because y'all had his phone and his car keys to his car. And I know these days, teenagers keep their phones, and grown-ups too. Babies, they keep their phones pretty much glued to their hip. They can't go to the kitchen, the bathroom, and outside without their phone. And if they do, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go get it. So a lot of this stuff is not adding up to me. And I don't want to add, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to be biased and not state what I think or my opinion. Because, but like I said, clearly, the first thing that doesn't add up or look right is they left him. It was 4 of them that went together, and he was the only one left. And the girl that he was supposed to be left with, as they said, I'm still allegedly, he had just met. All I heard the guy say was he seemed to like her. Well, he didn't even know her, and y'all didn't either. So why would you leave him on an island with a female that he knew nothing about? Was he sober? And then I seen a video where they did a GPS track. I'm gonna play that too. But it's crazy because they supposedly when the 3 guys left somewhere during the day, I think the timeline was like after 3 o'clock. Because I'm thinking around 4, no one's, to my knowledge, seen Nolan again. But anyway, after the guys claimed they left, they had to call for some help. I don't know what happened with the boat, but this the thing. Allegedly, where the GPS showed them being at a certain time, and I'm gonna pull it up in a few minutes, is around the same area that they found Nolan's body. And another thing that's suspicious, if you're my friend or we supposed to be cool or whichever way, and they supposed to be very close, you get what I'm saying? Allegedly. I'm not understanding why y'all not talking. Like I said, nobody seen anything, nothing, nada. That is not adding up at all. And it doesn't take that long to do an autopsy. It doesn't take that long to do an investigation. And the thing about it is, to me, the 3 people and the female that they claiming that they left them with should have been the main 4 in the interrogation room to figure out some things. Let's see.
The 2 friends she does call Nolan's real best friends, they're the ones saying the whole "he just chose to stay behind" story doesn't even sound like the boy they raised. So we've got a stranger narrating this child's last known hours with more confidence than his own.
Now, see, that's what I was just talking about. Let me see if I can find where it started about so we could see the female that he was supposed to be. Let me see. Because it was a female that he was supposed to be, but the female is saying he left with his friends. So like I said, somebody is not telling us.
His parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of the things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only.
See, this is his friend saying that they left him with a girl that they met that day. Was he sober when y'all left him? And then I was in a deep thought, and I was thinking about that GPS, and I'm gonna get to that because I was thinking, well, I'm gonna wait till I get to that because that didn't. I don't think that was a coincidence. But like I said, who goes to anywhere, to the store, to the club with a friend or associate and leave them behind. No, not on my watch. Let's go.
The time they've ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe Wells drowned and say there were no immediate signs of foul play.
See, that was too fast. No immediate, well, I guess they use the word immediate signs of foul play. But why even bring that up? Why not wait until after the investigation? Because clearly something went wrong. That young man left with his 3 friends that he trusted on the 4th of July to celebrate the 4th. And from the videos we're going to see, it was hundreds of people look like was there, but nobody is talking. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. But then again, I get it.
But there is growing frustration in the community, and his parents are skeptical, telling GMA Wells left his phone behind and they tracked it to one of his friends.
The young woman who was with Nolan when his friends left the island has now been publicly identified. Her name is Katie. Her sister, Gracie McCormack, confirmed publicly that Katie was there that day and that Katie's account, as relayed through her family, does not support the version of events the friends presented.
Now see, here's a video. This is Katie allegedly, the girl that the friends are saying that Nolan was left behind with. And her sister made a statement there saying that she said, he left with his friends. He didn't leave. He was not left behind with me.
According to her family's public statements, Nolan's friends were pressuring him to end his conversation with her so he could return with them. Katie assumed he was heading toward the boat. She got home safely that day on a separate boat. She did not see what happened after they parted ways. Witnesses exist. Some are too afraid to speak, and the one piece of physical evidence that could answer questions when witnesses cannot, as of today, it has not reached the people running the official investigation. That piece of evidence is Nolan Wells's phone. Benjamin Crump confirmed to ABC News that the phone is a key piece of evidence in this case.
And that's the thing. Why did Nolan have his phone and his keys with him? If everything was okay when they left him the way they said, why did one of them have his keys and his phone? The most important things to him, I know, his keys and his phone. He couldn't even call for help or anything without his phone. Why would he leave? No. Why would he give them his phone and his keys after being left behind? Let's just think about that. Why would they have his phone and his keys if he was okay? Why wouldn't he have his own phone and his keys? More importantly, his phone. He was on a whole island over there. He was not at home or close to home. Why wouldn't he have his phone? How could he contact y'all if he needed help? I mean, I'm just saying. Why did y'all have his phone? That's a fact that one of y'all had his phone. Why?
He described the fact that it was in the possession of Nolan's friends as suspicious. He said the family retrieved it. He said he believed what was on it mattered. What he did not do was hand it over. According to ABC News, as of the reporting published on July the 13th, Crump has not turned the phone over to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Ledbetter confirmed that directly to the outlet. Crump's position, stated on Friday, is that the family...
That's the thing. Okay, after the parents retrieved the phone, now the police, they should have got the phone from those guys before the parents shouldn't have to go over their ex for the phone. Why they're investigating? They shouldn't have had to never ask for that phone. First of all, they shouldn't have had his phone. But why? I wouldn't either, because allegedly, when they did get the phone back, he had 2 Snapchat accounts, she said, and both of them were erased. I know if it was some different shades or different hue, it would have been some people locked up, and they had to prove that they weren't guilty of something. I'm gonna say allegedly to cover my own butt, but I just know if it was 3 black boys and a white boy went somewhere on a trip to the store, to the gas station together, and that young white man didn't come home, those other 3 black guys would have had to answer to why and where and when and how. And I'm sure they would have been held for something. I'm going to say allegedly, but I just got to tell it like a TI is. They would have been held for something until they proved that, you get what I'm saying, they was innocent. That's just my opinion.
Family intends to turn it over, but only after they have completed their own independent review. That is their right. Families retain attorneys precisely to conduct parallel investigations. That is not a crime. That is a legal strategy. But here is what that means in practical terms. There is an active death investigation being run by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and the piece of physical evidence the family's own attorney has called significant. The phone his mother says was missing content she would have expected to find. That phone is not in the hands of the people conducting the official investigation. Nolan's mother alleged the missing content was Snapchat activity. That allegation has not been independently verified. What has been verified is the possession. What has been confirmed by 2 separate named sources, the attorney and the sheriff, both on record with ABC News, is that the phone has not been transferred. There are investigators working this case right now. There is a phone that may carry information relevant to that investigation. As of the family's press conference,
That's a shame. Let's see.
the official investigation took a visible step forward today.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
Last night, we were shared breaking news in regards to.
Okay, this is where the other 3 guys allegedly was. I think some water was getting in the boat. That's another thing. So, and they had to call for help. Let me go back.
Is going to be corrected.
Crump's team and law enforcement reviewing the same evidence simultaneously. Whether that review produces answers is still unknown, but for the first time since this case began, the evidence and the investigators are in the same room. While the phone sits undelivered and the witness list stays incomplete, the official investigation took a visible step forward today.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
Last night, we were shared breaking news in regards to Nolan Wells as audio from a tow call made by his friends around 3 p.m. on July 4th, according to NBC News, would be released. Now, in an extended version of this call, we are now hearing where they were exactly when the call was made. According to now released audio and GPS graphics, they were on the western tip of Horn Island.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
So they said they're on the west tip of Horn Island, and I'm almost positive, but I'm gonna say allegedly this is where they found Nolan's body. This is where they found Nolan's body. Ooh.
Now, as you know, we've been following this story, and what we have now noticed is that the call looks to be made in the same area Nolan's body was found 2 days later on Monday. As local outlets
2 days later. 2 days later, his body was found in that area. We're going to stick to the fact. We're going to hang in there and keep up with this because I really want to know how this,
WLOX stated around 8:45 a.m., Sheriff Ledbetter confirmed authorities received a call reporting a body found at the northwestern tip of Horn Island. The body was discovered by a U.S. Park Service ranger. Now,
northwestern tip of Horn Island. And one of the guys called in, 2 days before, around 3 p.m., they say on 4th, saying they broke down at the western tip of Horn Island. And they ended up back at home. And this the thing. Noah's mom allegedly had a GPS tracker. I can't think what it called on the phone, but she was tracking, his phone. So she tracked his phone from Horn Island to back. So she thought it was back at home. Once again, why are y'all back with his phone? Come on now.
this clearly now gives us a better understanding that when the friends allegedly last seen Nolan at 3 p.m., they would make a call about the boat taking in water and needing of a tow. GPS.
Oh, so the boat was in bad enough shape that it was leaking in water and it needed a tow. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. So it just so happened they left Noah, they said, back on the island with a female. And in the meantime, they had to call for help because they had water coming in their boat and they needed a tow. Meanwhile, nobody has seen Nolan at this point, after this point, allegedly. With all those people left back there, nobody's seen which direction Nolan went in. Make it make sense.
Data graphics would again also confirm they were located on the northwestern tip of the island. Now at 4:31 p.m., they would eventually be towed for about 2.7 miles out before returning to normal operation and headed back to land. Now, after gathering all this information, it now seems for some that Nolan's incident, given that his body was found in the same area, had to have happened between the call at 3 p.m., when they stated to last seeing him, and when they would be towed away at 4:31 p.m. Now,
what more do you need? What more do they need? It's a lot of pieces and parts to it, though, because from what I hear, allegedly one of the young men, mom is a judge. Y'all got to think it's from Mississippi, first of all. Mississippi.
Now, another thing that would stand out in the audio and raise suspicions is that the dispatcher would ask the boat's operator if everyone on board was in good health. And in response to that, he would go on to say, yeah, everybody is on board.
We're thinking, can you all please come?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's on board.
One of the last people to see Nolan Wells alive.
Everybody went on board, though, because Nolan wasn't there. And I could have sworn if he left with him, he should have came back with him. Well, they all should have stayed there while he was talking to the female. That's how I feel. They should have never left him. But this the thing. Why would you leave your friend? If everything was right and everything was okay, why leave your friend? Why would you leave him? And then nobody is talking. Nobody know nothing. Ain't nobody talking. Everybody done lawyered up allegedly. That right there. I mean, I'm just.
Live is finally telling his side of the story.
I just know I've lost my best friend.
Nolan disappeared
Now, this one of the guys, he said Nolan was his best friend.
after a July 4th boat trip to Horn Island, and since then, the friends who were with him that day have been accused online of knowing more than they have admitted.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die.
I don't know what was done wrong or what was done right. All I know is if one of y'all would have came up missing and Nolan had y'all phone or somebody else had y'all phone, it would have been some more. To me, we would have had more answers by now. At this point, it's been 2 weeks later, and they've been having a whole lot of updates, but I don't know. But it's still not going anywhere, it seems like. Now, I heard the FBI done got involved. Now, if the FBI done got involved, they might get the ball rolling. But from what I get, the FBI is there to not like to take over the case. And maybe they have, and they just not telling us. I don't know.
Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
A viral video from the island caused even more suspicion, because people believed the person heard yelling in the recording was Nolan. But his friend says everyone misunderstood what they were watching.
The video I'm referring to, that's me yelling.
They also says Nolan stayed on Horn Island.
Okay, so he's saying he was the one yelling. Lord, I know I'm gonna get to that video, but it's the video out where it's supposed to allegedly being. We was thinking, well, they were saying it was Nolan yelling, "Give me my phone back." But now he's saying he was yelling.
With a girl he had only met that same day, while the rest of the group eventually returned without him.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
That explanation may answer who was yelling in the viral video, but it still does not explain what happened after Nolan stayed behind, or how a normal boat trip ended with him never returning home. But until investigators explain what happened after everyone left the island, Nolan Wells' final hours remain the one part of the story nobody can answer.
I want everybody just to relax and let everybody mourn the loss.
Relax. It looked like it's too much relaxing going on, for real. His mother can't even mourn because she doesn't have all the answers. I done seen her on several interviews, press conferences, and I don't remember her being able to mourn like she probably wants to. She's a strong woman. I give that to her. And she shouldn't have to go through this. If it was an accident, it should be some answers. Whatever happened, it should be some answers, more answers. And it should be moving quicker than this. There's no reason why 2 weeks later, we really don't. Yeah.
Loss of Nolan, and let us remember him as in like the sweet guy. I think everybody needs to let the investigation continue and let the facts be shown.
Videos, pictures involving Nolan on July 4th to come forward and contact Jackson County authorities. She also requests anyone with said information to reach out to her legal team. The family held a news conference Friday.
think everybody needs to let the investigation continue and let the facts be shown. And if the fact shows that somebody harmed Nolan, I hope that there is justice brought. And if it was a tragic accident and somebody didn't speak up, I still hope justice is brought. The facts is the only thing that's going to overturn.
Came out of the room, half sleep or whatever, half what, I think Jack's or whatever. And I said, look, I'm Nolan's father. I'm here to get his keys so I can get his car. I said, he's like, his car's parked in the yard. So he was like, I don't know, man. I know it's like my brother. I said, well, if Nolan is like your brother, would you please go in your room and see if you can find my son's keys so I can take his car home? He walks off, 2 or 3 minutes, come back. I can't find the keys. I said, okay, so at that point, I get the boys, and I get moved them out the house because I didn't want them to go into the house and start tearing up these people's houses because they'll be all in the situation. So walk outside by the car. One of the guys that was in the house with us, he was on the phone with a girl, and the girl told him that Nolan's keys were on top of this.
Videos show that a dispute may have occurred before Wells was abandoned by his friends, who then left on another boat without him. It is also reported that Wells was originally supposed to meet a girl. His white friends had quickly hired lawyers, one of whom was the child of a judge. This immediate legal protection raised questions. Why did the phone return but he did not? Why did they immediately receive legal protection? The family and activists were extremely angry, drawing comparisons between this case and other instances where the deaths of black victims were hastily dismissed as accidents. The authorities are awaiting DNA confirmation, although the family has stated they have identified the remains. What are your thoughts on this?
We have a major update. The story we have been bringing you since day one. Nolan Wells' death. The young black male who mysteriously drowned. That case is now set to go to a grand jury. Put it up full man. I cannot express how extreme the irony is that Benjamin Crump, attorney at law, dear friend and supporter of this show, has to get personally involved, bring in private investigators, coordinate the investigation route with the DA's office in order for some level of justice to be served, or at
Shout out to Ben Crump. Seems like they own it. Shout out to Ben Crump. Yeah, give me a minute to pull up this other video where this judge, this guy is an ex-judge, so he could tell us exactly. Let me see how I'm gonna get this. Okay, move it off. This is so sad. Okay, let me set this video up.
We know that at least one of the so-called friends was found.
It was already, I guess, I already had it on 14. Shout out to True Crimes Vic. Fair use. If y'all not subscribed, go subscribe to True Crimes Vic. This video is titled Nolan Wells Update Deleted Snapchats, Vanished Accounts, and a Judge Chilling Warning. Let me see. I don't know why it's looking like that. Hold on now. We gotta get this right. Hold on. Hold on, yeah, I'm trying to get this right on the screen. Still showing. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm trying to get a full screen.
Give me a kiss. A kiss.
Hello? Keys!
Kiss me. I want a kiss.
Found with the phone of Nolan Wells. And we know this based on the testimony
Hold on.
of the parents, specifically the mother, who tracked the phone and was led to the home of one of the young men where she retrieved the phone. We also know that based on the mother's testimony that Snapchat, there were no Snapchats from the day, which was very odd for her son. We also know that text messages were deleted. We know that.
So not only was the Snapchat deleted allegedly, it was text messages deleted. All this stuff is suspicious.
When she was tracking the phone, Life 360 said the phone was one place, and Snapchat said it was another place. We know that the boy that had the phone did not voluntarily turn it over or call first. He had to be found through their own investigation. We know that based on witnesses' account, the so-called friends were seen on July the 5th, that Sunday, having breakfast together like nothing had happened. They were not out there searching for their so-called friend.
So they didn't even go look for him. And most times when you don't go looking, it's because you already know. So they was having breakfast together. Ain't this something?
We know that the so-called friends deleted their social media, deactivated their accounts, and scrubbed it clean if the allegations are correct.
So they even deleted their social medias and deactivated all their accounts. For what? If there's no foul play, the thing about it to me, y'all didn't already know what happened. Y'all be trying to figure it out. What happened to Nolan? But when the autopsy come back, then we'll have a clear view. And by now it should be done came back. But hey, I heard they got two different ones. The family is having an autopsy done, and through the state. But I haven't heard an update about either one.
We know that the young man that had the car at his house did not willingly turn over the keys. At first, he said that he did not have the keys. He didn't know where they were. Then he, after being pressed by the father, he finally turned over the keys. This is all very suspicious activity. We know that based on an audio recording and some video that Nolan Wells can be heard saying, "Give me my freaking keys." Excuse me, "Give me my freaking phone." And there's been two different versions Some said he said, give me my freaking phone, or some say he said, give me my F.
Now you got his homeboy saying it was him, it wasn't Nolan. Either way it goes, if we thought Nolan was arguing, and that was you, that means you was arguing with somebody. And I got somewhere on the video, somewhere where the girl the one that Nolan was supposed to be left behind with, I'm gonna say allegedly, but she was saying that Nolan was arguing with him, the very guy that was saying, you get what I'm saying, let him mourn his friend. The very guy that said that was him doing all that loud talking. Allegedly. Hold on, y'all. Give me one moment. Pull my video back up. Sorry about that, you guys. I have to get the video right. Okay.
This is all very suspicious activity. We know that based on an audio recording and some video that Nolan Wells can be heard saying, give me my freaking keys. Excuse me, give me my freaking phone. And there's been two different versions. Some say he said, give me my freaking phone, or some say he said, give me my MF phone. Regardless, he was asking or demanding his phone. Someone had his phone who did not have permission to have his phone. So the first thing I see, the simplest thing I see is who had his phone and why? And was that theft of the phone? Sometimes we look at the largest case, we try to get to murder, but the person that took his phone committed a crime right there. There are witnesses to who took that phone.
Okay, that's another thing. Judge said just because he had someone else, whoever had Nolan's phone, can be charged with theft. Ain't hearing nothing about none of that.
If an affidavit is signed, an arrest warrant could be signed by a judge in Mississippi to go after that person that had that phone unlawfully. We know, based on his own words, Nolan Wells' words while he was alive, he did not give whoever had that phone permission to have that phone. So was that theft? I think if an affidavit is signed, if it was presented.
It would make more sense for it to be Nolan the one saying, give me my effing phone back, than the other guy, and someone else ended up with Nolan's phone and keys. Come on now.
To me, when I was a judge, I would have signed an arrest warrant for the person for theft of that phone, based on what I've heard. It'd have to be an affidavit format, but if it was presented to me, an affidavit format from law enforcement, I would sign the arrest warrant for, at least at this point, theft of the man's phone. We know who had it. We know who didn't report it to the family. The family had to go find it, and we know that Nolan Wells said give it back to him, and evidently it was not given back to him. Why was that?
Hold up. Y'all heard that. A former judge standing on his name, saying somebody need to be held accountable. Now,
and I agree.
Now let's get back to the people who've been living this nightmare every single day. And after hearing what that judge just laid out, I think you're going to understand exactly where his mind's been at. Let's get back to it.
And then too, really didn't worry a lot about it because it was his last weekend to have fun.
Yeah.
Because that Monday he had to report to school. We was preparing to take him back for camp to prepare for the season. So, we're gonna see.
That's sad. So he was going back to football camp the next day, or the next following Monday.
Have his last hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season. Because, like I said, the entire summer he's training. He got more serious. He started to understand what I was trying to tell him about football, not just being fun, but as you get farther in it, it becomes a bit.
And we know, Ben, that you said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360.
Okay, she tracked it on Life 360. This lawyer being crump.
60, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her two sons, Jalen and Javon, they grew up together. They played City League sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, hey, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. I'm not. He was like, but no.
I think that Life 360 gonna solve the case. If it showed everywhere you get on everywhere that phone went, it's gonna help solve this case.
He didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone. They tracked it, and that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who said,
don't none of this make any sense. They trying to, oh my goodness.
If you believe their story, I'm gonna stay behind and I'm gonna leave my phone. I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone.
Not even if they 5 years old, they leaving no phone.
So then there's so many things their parents were telling us about. Even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
Yeah, so there's so many questions that need to be answered.
And that's all I was talking about earlier is the history of Mississippi, plus all this other stuff that's not adding up. It really adds up if the people think about it. So this is just part one, an introduction to the Nolan Xavier Wells case. We'll be talking about many more cases, as well as be going back to my main channel, talking about different topics. So I'm going to leave it off right here and come back next time with some more updates. So, once again, prayers, love, and blessings go out to Nolan Wells' family. And hopefully we'll get justice for Nolan. Because them saying that nothing happened, or not really saying nothing, or they don't know what happened, that's not adding up. Nobody knows what happened, and y'all have his phone. But, yeah, justice for Nolan Wells. And I'll be back at another time with more updates. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to Hearts and Crimes TV with your girl, Lady Love. Yeah, give me y'all thoughts and opinions in the comments. What do y'all think will happen to Nolan? Or, you get what I'm saying? I know we don't have the facts or anything, or all the facts. Autopsy hasn't been released yet. But what do y'all think happened to Nolan? And would you leave? Do y'all think it was right for them to leave him behind? That's another thing we need to discuss in the comments. Yeah. So until next time, thank y'all for tuning in. Let me stop sharing this. This is sad. Sad. But until next time, and it's like I said, it's a lot of stuff going on. We will try to get to the facts of everything, get down to the bottom of it. At this point, look like everything is slow motion. Yeah. So hopefully we will find out the truth, what happened to Nolan. And if something foul, which I hate to say that's what it looked like, but hey, doesn't look like nothing happened. And yeah. So until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm out.